Well, what do you do to relax?
Smoke marijuana.
Come on, come on, come on, you're gonna get us caught. That's not caught with weed. We don't have to worry about that anymore, right? Sweetly. No, if you go so long on YouTube with a video or something, sometimes when it's music, they catch you and they, boom, yell at you for intellectual properties. And that'd be a hell of a way to start 2020. Yes, there's more. What do you do to relax? Smoke marijuana. There's more places in 2020 to buy the sweet leaf. Like Illinois, you can get the sweet leaf right there this morning. They're in line, lined up, potheads. Remember back in the old days when you were just a plain old pothead? Well, damage. I'm sorry. All right, so it's 2020. Let's start all over. It's 8:01. Hi, I'm your host, BKP. Welcome to the show. Now, do you know how to tell them to get to the show? Or is that still broken? Like it's broke? What the heck, McFly? Let's work on that today. Okay, let's get that. Let's make that our New Year's resolution 2020. It used to work so well. Yeah, but what happened to the bottom part? Where'd you go with that? Find it. Okay. So, hey, it's me, BKP 2020. Welcome. Roaring 20s, right? All over the media. Roaring 20s, all over social media, right? This is the new and improved me. I'm going to calm. Now listen, Destiny, it's going to be calm in here in 2020. Not going to get worked up. Not going to do it. Going to be more direct. I'm going to try to stay focused. Try to stay on target. I want to keep my subject matter together so we can be productive this year. That's our thing for 2020, right? So I got this for Christmas, right? Can you see it? You may not in the light there. It says Trump Pence 2020, eat this chocolate to get renewed energy to assure President Trump's reelection. Got that? So first of all, a couple shout outs to some heroes. Let's start the show that way. Destiny, I sent you, there was one article that had 2 Twitter videos, and both of them are the military. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Huh? Okay, we're going to play both of these. Play one, and then come back to me, and then play the next one, and come back, and when I tell you, and let's play these 2, give a shout out to our American heroes, okay? So that's one. Now, we know there was an attack on our embassy, okay? Now, if you're listening to any of the deep state, corporate, corrupt, mainstream media, they are leading you to believe that the protesters, peaceful protesters, that's what they are. Those peaceful protesters just dispersed on their own. Said, we're going home, all right? Let's play the next one of our heroes. These are the guys getting ready to leave, okay?
A brain aneurysm on the plane. Nothing happened, okay?
Okay, folks, the Trump administration released that video of our Marines. The Marines have landed, being deployed. Now, there's a lot of argument over the internet, but let's say 13 minutes. In Benghazi, they waited 13 hours. You're seeing a lot of headlines, 13 hours versus 13 minutes. You see the military, our Marines have landed. There was no discussion. There was no concern on how the peaceful protesters in Iraq there that are headed up, they report to Iran. Iran-supported attack on our embassy. There was no waiting to see if we should go in our uniforms. Remember that? Remember that in Benghazi? Now, let me say this, okay? Because I say this this is not Benghazi, okay? And I'm not saying this in any way whatsoever. The family of Ambassador Stevens, let's go with number 10, okay? Number 10, there's Christopher Stevens, Sean Smith, Tyrone Woods, and Glenn Doherty. 4 dead Americans in Benghazi, okay? They called for help. They called for help. Give me number... I don't even like to put this one up, but I'm going to. Give me number 12. Our ambassador, Chris Stevens, drugged through the streets there in Benghazi, okay? Drugged through the streets. I don't even like to bring this up. I really don't. It's not what I want to do, but remember, okay, number 8, they're all upset over Trump's tweet, okay, the anti-Benghazi, December 3rd. You know, this guy, now I forget his name, we'll get it up in a minute. Number 11, my understanding, this is the ambassador to Iraq. Okay, this is our Iraqi ambassador. My understanding is we will not be able to show you pictures of him drugged through the streets, okay, dead. He is alive. That's my understanding today. He survived, and all Americans and nobody lost their life. It's very, very sad. It really is. I mean, it highlights what a disaster, because you remember, okay, let's see if here, see if I can get this, okay, hold on just a second. Give me number 9. Okay, remember this, folks? Marines responding to Benghazi were held up by debate on weapons and uniforms, commander says. They were held up. Christopher Stevens had called. It wasn't 13 minutes later that the Marines had landed on their way from Spain, I think it is. These Marines came from Kuwait. No, they were held up because they didn't want to maybe upset the locals and show up in our uniforms. Remember that? All right. I mean, I'm serious. I don't like the comparison whatsoever. Let's go with number 5, U.S. Marines. The Marines have landed. Send the Marines deploys from Kuwait to Iraq to bolster security for the U.S. Embassy and ensure the safety of American citizens. The Marines were on their way, okay? I'm telling you, every time. Now, with this attack, okay, before we get down to Donald Trump, and he's had 3 years and everything, first of all, I want to start 2020 by saying I'm not a George W. Bush fan. I'm not here to upset you, okay, but I'm not a George W. Bush fan. We are all wondering, and we have seen the recent reports from the Washington Post, why we were in Iraq, okay? Trump has asked, why didn't we take the oil? Why didn't we take over here? I mean, I understand you can say, oh no, we want to colonize the world again. No. We just left the blood of our kids there, okay? You know we did. Afghanistan, we're still trying to figure out trillions of dollars spent here. And George W. blew it, and then Obama blew it big time, okay? Big time, all right? So we had to go in, and number 6, okay, number 6 there, here's the video we just showed you of Apache Protect U.S. Embassy Baghdad. We have given the appropriate force protection actions to ensure the safety of American citizens. Okay. ABC News, number 7, this is the other video we showed you. Pentagon releases video of Marines preparing to deploy from Kuwait to U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. The embassy was stormed this morning by protesters. They were pro-Iranian militants in response of deadly airstrikes. Now, they're not talking about why the deadly airstrikes took place, as a U.S. contractor was killed over there. We responded. Our airstrikes responded. But let's see how the media is spinning it this morning. It's like Antifa, out there in Seattle, or it's like Antifa, peaceful protest. Number 35. Protesters withdraw from Baghdad embassy. Face off with Iran-backed militia eases, but more protests may follow. They're anticipating more. They're hoping they could get a war started. Okay? Hoping like anything. I mean, if you thought, now I took a week off, not off, okay? Off, all right? I took a week off from paying attention. And, I would click over in the mornings to CNN and MSNBC, and there was 2 or 3 days to where they didn't really do anything, and they were a little quiet. I'm talking about the morning. If they were in the afternoon and you were watching something, I don't know. But their morning newscast, as they want you to believe, they were quiet. They were talking more about Christmas. They were not going after impeachment. They were a little bit quiet, okay? And if you tuned in and you thought for a minute they had backed off, let me tell you something. They have pulled. Yesterday was New Year's Day. Anderson Cooper and the other little gay guy, the fairies wear boots guys, they were over there and they were falling into a tub of rum, and they were talking about who has the biggest schlong in Hollywood. Hey, don't get upset with me. Let's not start 2020 that way. Hey, I didn't start it. I'm like Trump. I did not start it. The 2 little fairies were on there. I told you, didn't I put the picture up and say the other night? 2 little fairies would be on there and they would be bantering back and forth. It's sickening. It's disgusting. Anyhow, so let's move past New Year's Day. They pulled the ripcord this morning, baby. They are all over it. They are trying to figure out how to start a war. This is the media, the Democrats. I mean, wow, it is scary. Be careful, because your kids are out there and you have Democrats wanting to start a war. I'm telling you, people, you better think about this. Democrats, John Kerry, people like that, they're on there saying it's because we pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal. Hell no, that's not why this is happening. No, because Trump's on the edge of winning the war in North Korea and Iran without firing a shot. We'll talk about that later, and they can't take it. Number 34, this is the spin. Protesters withdraw. Okay? Number 33, this is Trump starts with a list of foreign policy disasters. Really? North Korea may resume nuclear weapons testing. Kim warns there may never be denuclearization on the Korean Peninsula. You know why? Because every other president of the United States that's tried to deal with this dark, evil regime put out an olive branch and got slapped. Trump's been nice. Said nice things about the little rocket man, said nice things, said he wrote love letters, said they got along, said he liked him, everything. But you know what Trump didn't do? Back off the sanctions. Hey, Kim, I like you, man. I like you. But as in the past with your country, okay, your dark country of North Korea, other presidents have fallen for your olive branch, and then you do nothing. So I'm not what has not happened? Trump has not released any sanctions. And Rocket Man, they're starving over there, and he is trying to say, damn it, they're saying over in North Korea, by this time with any other president, remember Albright, okay, Secretary of State Albright and President Clinton, all right, going over there and recognizing his father, that's where it all started. But North Korea is saying, by this time in the past, United States presidents have already blown it. So, hey, you release the sanctions, we bring some things in, and then if you tighten them up again, we're okay for a little bit. Not Trump, okay? So, number 31, North Korea may resume nuclear weapons testing. Kim warns there may never be. I'm just showing you some of the media's highlights. Okay, let's see. This is the way they're starting it. I'm just showing you this, and we'll get into the discussion in a minute. Trump begins, number 21, Trump begins the new year with major challenges. Yes, major challenges ahead of him. Number 19, MSNBC, militant withdrawal from U.S. Embassy, but Iraq tensions linger. Where is the headline from any of these liberal left? Where is the opening on any of these propaganda shows for the deep state, complicit and carrying the water? Where is the openings of the heroes? Where's the pictures of our Marines landing? I mean, I watched this morning. Well, I saw this here and here. Listen, at 4 a.m. this morning, I went to CNN. I started 2020 the same way. I'm not giving up. I'm going to stay in the fight to try to help get President Donald Trump reelected. We need it in this country. Okay, let me tell you something, okay? If, okay, you're talking to people that don't catch on, if you're talking to people that just not bright enough to see how it is or what's happening, then look, we still want them to be safe. Seriously, we don't want even our craziest people. I mean, you know, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, we don't want her to be unsafe. No, we don't. We can fight internally, right? But this media is trying to create a war, okay, and send our kids. I'm serious, they are. Look at this. Where is the story on our heroes this morning that landed, that protected our embassy, and where is the opening statements? I mean, where is the opening statement saying, hey, you know what? Nobody's harmed, nobody's hurt, but no, tensions linger, okay? New York Times, they did their part. Here we go, number 17, the New York Times. It was perhaps fitting that President Trump ended another dizzying year in office with a crisis-driven day of surreal contrast, one that began with him tracking a Middle East emergency from the golf club, okay? Obama played golf. Let's not go back there. From the golf club. Really? All right. Middle East emergency from his golf club, and ended with a tuxedo-clad president holding forth about North Korea, Iran and impeachment, and vaping on the red carpet over the thumping din of party music. How fitting. New York Times. Oh, let's see what else I have here before we go to a break. All right. Let's go to number 13. Our president, Twitter does work. The U.S. Embassy in Iraq is and has been for hours safe. Many of our great war fighters, together with most lethal military equipment in the world, was immediately rushed to the site. Thank you to President and Prime Minister of Iraq and their response ready upon request. All right. And let me go here. Let's see what else I have before we go into our first break. All right. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to dig a little bit on North Korea and Iraq, Iran and Iraq, and what took place. I want to say, you know, it's 2020, so we're just days, and I mean days, right into next week. I think it's the 13th. I'm not for sure. Give me number 16, all right? Now, I don't want to hear any complaining, all right? This, I'm serious as can be. I want no complaining whatsoever, all right? No complaining. We will be having our next Mountain Patriots meeting this Thursday, January 2nd at 6 o'clock. That's tonight. Speaker David Rawson, Speaker of the Georgia House of Representatives, is the guest. Gun rights and legislative updates for 2020 is the subject. When? Tonight, 6 p.m. Where? The Senior Center in Blue Ridge. So, for all of you, it don't matter where you're at in the state, it's open door. It doesn't matter what. I want no complaining. The 2020 Georgia State Legislative session, the 2020 Georgia State Legislative session is getting ready to kick off. And folks, here's your chance to come see the Speaker of the House, ask open questions from the floor, ask about gun rights, legislative updates, things you've been hearing. The governor may want to cut 2020, in 2020 wants to cut 6% of the budget. How will that affect Georgia state tax revenue maybe coming from the movie industry, whatever. So here's your chance tonight to join us. I'm going to go join us and ask questions. You need to get involved with your local. You have to. This country is coming apart at the seams on the local level, okay? Now, I will tell you why I'm saying this. It's just a joke because I would say I wasn't the one saying it first, 38. Now, some in my generation may remember on number 38 that fairies wear boots. Going home late last night, suddenly I got a fright. Yeah, I looked through the window and surprised what I saw. Fairy boots were dancing with a dwarf. That's some good weed. I don't know what it is, but fairies wear boots. I didn't make it up. Folks, we're going to take a break. When we get back, what is your biggest concern in 2020? I'm concerned with the 2020 elections, okay? I am definitely concerned with the 2020 elections. I'm not concerned with Russian hackers. I'm not concerned with Chinese hackers. I'm concerned with our own deep state hacking of the election computers we're putting in place, not voting machines. We've got to change it. It's not voting machines. They're election computers, and they can be programmed. And we're going to bring you a little segment from an MSNBC, believe it or not, investigation into voting computers. We take a break. We'll be right back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, Stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Days Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show, period. That's it. It's us. 2020. Welcome to 2020, 8/28 this morning. Now, before we go any further, I wanted to start the show with the Marines have landed. I wanted to start with our actual heroes. And I wanted to give a tribute to Ambassador Stevens. Benghazi, it's tough to talk about. But there was no reason those 4 Americans. I mean, if you come this morning and you say you can't figure out why Obama and Hillary Clinton, let's just go with those 2 alone, should be in prison, I'm sorry. Those two should not be free. If Rod Blagojevich, okay, the former governor of Illinois that tried to sell, the Senate seat, Barack's Senate seat, went to prison. Okay, if what's the guy's name up there, the former Michael Cohen, if he's in prison, I mean, if what's his name, the other guy that was Trump, if I can go over a list of people, if they went to prison, how Hillary Clinton and Barack Hussein Obama are not in prison, I don't know. I'm sorry, you might think that's where he leaves the ground. Okay, so now. The manipulation, we're like 30 some days away from Iowa. Before we get there, I wanted to make sure our Marines, the heroes there, that we highlighted them before. Those are the first heroes. Now let's go. I love baseball, so let's go from the Marines to the next hero, number 24, Yankee legend Don Larson. He died at 90. pitched only perfect game in the World Series. Only perfect game. 1956, Don Larson, the Yankees. Number 25. Yankees legend Don Larson dies at 90. Pitched the only perfect game. October 8th, 1956 in the World Series. That's a hero right there. Okay. All right, so moving right along. Now, why won't they tell you this? Okay. Now, this morning there's some networks because Bernie, they can't get around Bernie's campaign pushing the envelope. No, I'm serious. But now they're CNN, all right, and 106 a.m., let's go to number 30, 106 a.m. Pacific time. That means 4 a.m. this morning on 4:06 a.m. Buttigieg, there's Peter Pan Buttigieg. There's fairies wear boots. Okay. I don't know if they have boots, but they're fairies. I know. I don't care. I know I told you that I was going to be. These two guys are walking down the street. This is husband and husband. I swear to God, it's America, Jack. This is 2020. Buttigieg campaign raised $24.7 million in the fourth quarter. Now, whatever you watch today, they have never. Okay? Let's say this. All right, Bernie Sanders is a full-fledged, all-out socialist. Okay, we get it, right? Universal medicine, we get it. Crazy as hell, we get it. All right, but I got to give this old bird credit for some things, okay? This dude has not shut up. And he totally got screwed in the last campaign. All right. There were times he should have been considered the front runner by the media in the last campaign. He was never really taken serious in the last campaign against Hillary Clinton. All right. Democrats had the in-the-bag super delegates for Hillary. Okay. So this guy comes back 4 years later, and he's the front runner. And let me tell you something. This guy had a heart attack. I'm going to say 6 weeks ago, if it's been that long. This guy had a heart attack 6 weeks ago, and he's still out there flailing those arms. I mean, he's flailing them. All right, this old Jew's out there on the campaign trail. But this is who they will leave, cements position as a top fundraiser, as a top. All right, go to number 29. There he is, the gay duo. Okay. Buttigieg campaign raised $24.7 million. Cements position as top fundraiser. Okay, so all right, we know that this Bernie's pushing this. The internet, which you could say what you want, CBS, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, all of them hate the internet. They hate the internet because we could actually hear things that happen that are unreported. Okay, so let's go to this one. Let's go to number 3. Okay. All right. Elizabeth Warren campaign sounds the alarm as fundraising pace slows about 30% in the fourth quarter. Okay. So the media is spinning how she's going downhill. They're keeping Joe Biden's away from you. I cannot find, if you can find his fourth quarter fundraising numbers, Joe Biden, creepy, perverted Joe Biden, if you can get those numbers, send them to me. There are references to campaigning. There's references to his fundraising in the fourth quarter, that his campaign is happy with it, and they've bounced back from the third quarter of big donors being scared away from Joe. But I'm not finding solid numbers for Joe Biden. They're trying to cover that up. But Warren's campaign is sounding the alarm. They're down. They're majorly down. But, okay, look at this, number 1. Sanders' campaign raised $34.5 million in fourth quarter. $34.5 million. Now, wait a minute. That's just 0.2 of a mil. All right? Number 2. Peter Pan, the gay candidate with a husband walking down the street that wants to rainbow your damn White House, has Peter Pan Buttigieg. Campaign says it raised 24.7 mil in the fourth quarter. Go back. Number 1. See, 34.5, 24.7. 0.2 of a mil off from Sanders' campaign, raised $10 million more than anybody else. Buttigieg cemented himself as a top fundraiser. CNN, they all want you to believe that this is the guy. There's so many damn fairies running around CNN. I mean, they are Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon, all them little gay fairies running around at CNN, and they love Buttigieg. That's their campaign. Why does he raise so much money? It's the gay brigade. You make fun of me, but I mean, heck, I don't hate gay people. I don't hate anybody. I love everybody. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. And that's what I was told to do. No hate zone. This is the no hate zone. It's called the damn truth zone, not no hate zone. No hate zone, the damn truth zone. Whatever, okay? The damn truth is if somebody's gay in America and they got $100, somebody's gay in America and they're the CEO, they're sending the cash to Peter Pan Buttigieg. I call him the gay brigade. That's why the dude's up to 34.7. Sanders, 24.7. Bernie Sanders is up 34.5, 10 mil over the fairy, 10 mil over him. And they're not talking about it. And you can't find Joe's numbers. It's mysterious. They don't want to release Joe's fundraising numbers for last quarter. No. They don't want to release them. We'll see. This guy's the front runner. And he's not treated that way. Absolutely front runner. Okay, right here is Bernie Sanders. And they are scared to death that he could get the nomination. Look at the money he has. Now, here's the one headline you will not find. Well, you can go on the internet and find it, but you won't find it anywhere else. Go to number 4. Trump 2020 campaign raised $46 million in final quarter of 2019. Now, let me see something here, okay? Let me see something here. The bottom, 1/1/20. Yesterday at 11:02 p.m. 11:02 p.m. That came out. That's fresh. Trump 2020 campaign raised $46 million in final quarter of 2019. They're scared, folks. They are scared to death. Listen, my fear is not the American people going back to the polls and voting for President Trump. That's not my fear. My fear is not the Russians hacking into our... You see, you got to remember, when they're yelling one thing, they're diverting your attention away so that you won't pay attention to what's really going on. You should, now I'm going to tell you right now, you should do everything you can to get on your local election board. I'm serious. Local election board. You should get on that local election board, because if we lose, we will not lose to the Russians. We will not lose from the Chinese. We will not lose from Ukrainian hacking. We will lose from the deep state hacking our voting computers. What state? All these states are having coming. What state does Trump have to win? Pennsylvania. We come back, we're going to run a story. We've been talking about it. That's my biggest fear for 2020. We got a lot more going on. What are some of the new laws? The reason we opened up with Sweet Leaf, you can now buy that Sweet Leaf in Illinois. Remember, inhaling smoke with a cigarette was bad for you. Remember that? And then that was bad for you. And then inhaling vaping flavors tainted with stuff, that's bad for you. Remember, warning on cigarette pack may cause cancer. But if you flip over to marijuana, Mary Jane, it's huff, huff, puff, sweet leaf. We'll be back right after this minute.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Days Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year-end clearance sale, the savings are huge, like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year-end clearance at Day Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Day Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
What difference does it make, folks? What difference does it make? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can text me at 706-889-9700 or email me, chief@fetchernews.com, and there are all the ways you can follow us on social media. What difference does it make? Well, I'll tell you what difference it makes. Let's listen to Hillary Clinton. No, she should be in prison. But let's listen to this video right here because it's important to highlight what difference it makes. Play that video.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator. Now, honestly, I will do my best to answer your questions about this, but the fact is that people were trying in real time to get to the best information. The IC has a process, I understand, going with the other committees to explain how these talking points came out. But, you know, to be clear, it is, from my perspective, less important today, looking backwards, as to why these militants decided they did it, than to find them and bring them to justice, and then maybe we'll figure out what was going on in the meantime.
Well, Trump's going to find them. Trump's going to bring them to justice. Trump's going to find out what happened in the meantime. Absolutely. What difference does it make? Hillary, let me just share with you what difference it makes. Okay? And this is a very sad way to start the year in discussing this. But this is what difference it makes, Hillary. Look, you see this, number 10? This is an attack on our embassy in Benghazi. Those 4 guys are dead. That's what difference it makes. What difference does it make who is president? Just think how scary it would be if that woman was president of the United States December 31st. And was trying to make a decision whether to deploy our Marines to safeguard our embassy in Baghdad. That's what difference it makes, Hillary. Remember this, Hillary? Number 9, this is the difference it makes, Hillary. Remember this? Marines respond to Benghazi were held up by debate over weapons and uniforms, commander says. Just think if we were sitting here December 31st and Hillary Clinton is president of the United States. I am sorry to come to you and scare the hell out of you. any Democrat is president of the United States, and they're in there figuring out whether they should wear the uniforms. Okay? This is from the website. Let me find this here. Don't go anywhere yet, right? It's from the website. Marine Times. The Marine Times website. You can find this. Spain-based Marines trying to respond to 2020 attack on U.S. diplomatic post in Benghazi, Libya, were delayed for 3 hours as U.S. government officials debate whether they should wear their uniforms and carry weapons, according to Tuesday's report from the House Benghazi Committee. The platoon commander of the fleet anti-terrorism security team, which can be dispatched to embassies and consulates in times of crisis, told the committee that his Marines changed into and out of uniforms 4 times on a plane before taking off for Libya, the report says. The team did not arrive until 23 hours after the September 11, 2012 attack that killed 4 Americans, that's number 10, including U.S. Ambassador Christopher Stevens. Number 10. That's what difference it makes. Donald Trump, Commander-in-Chief. You remember they were afraid of him? He released a video to let Iran, to let North Korea know. The guy was packing the bullets, baby. They were not taking off their uniforms. They were not putting on street clothes. They were not doing anything but packing up and ready to go to safeguard our men and women there. That's the difference it makes. I mean, we have to learn this year. We've talked about that in the past. Learning that this year, okay? Give me, I think this is the guy. I think I'm right here, okay? He is alive. Let's look at the bright note. This is the difference it makes. It's that simple. Sometimes in our argument, and I say argument when we're talking to people, what difference does it make? Number 11, you don't want to send your kids, right? This is the ambassador to Iraq. I think I'm right on that. Let's see. His name is Ambassador Matthew H. Tuller, whatever his name is. Ambassador Tuller of the state, from the state of Utah. He is the ambassador. He's been the ambassador to Yemen, Kuwait, okay? He's alive today. What difference does it make? We have to remember that when we talk to people, what difference does it make? It makes a big difference, the Commander-in-Chief. Now, all right, I want to go to this right here for just a second because I want to leave you with a note. We're going to get into the election computers. But it's sad because let's go to 14, okay? Now, military spending, all right? Now, I'm going to paraphrase some things real quick, all right? I may not be correct on everything, but I'm going to paraphrase some things real quick. The Soviet Union, all right? Ronald Reagan's arms buildup helped win the Cold War without firing a shot, all right? Now, what do you say? It's a catch-22 or is it a catch-2020? I don't like the big dollar military spending. I don't like war drums, all right? I'm gonna say that. We should not like war drums, all right? I'm not a hippie freak from the 60s, okay? But at the same time, all right, we know good and well that corrupt, evil politicians that should have went to prison like McNamara and Johnson, all right, got our kids killed in Vietnam with no way of getting them out other than just leaving in disgrace. We know that. They killed our kids. We let them build up this military to kill our kids. But Reagan did not build up the military to kill your kids. He did not. Trump is not building up the military to kill your kids. Reagan built up the military for one reason and one reason only. Obviously, yes, through the 17 and 18 and 21% interest during Jimmy Carter's administration, and at the end of Gerald Ford's presidency, our military, and the end of Vietnam, it was dilapidated. Our equipment was in disrepair. It was a disaster. So Reagan knew that Russia was broke. Reagan knew sanctions was hurting the Soviet Union. So obviously we spent money that, that's a coin toss, but Reagan decided, hey, I'm not going to fire a shot, but I'm going to bankrupt them. They will not catch up with me. They will not keep up with me. That was Russia, okay? Now, right now, and he won the Cold War. The Soviet Union dismantled, separated, all right? Germany unified, the wall came down, the Berlin Wall, and he never fired a shot. Now, why, with history being on Reagan's side, and why reporters are not reporting the upside of what Trump is doing. Now, he's building up the military. Again, I know I'm going to stumble all over that because I'm not 100% on just spending money for arms. But Obama has left the military dilapidated for 8 years. He had no interest in NATO getting built up, their military. He had no interest in Ukraine having actual weapons, okay? They sent blankets over there in tents, all right? So Obama had no interest in going against the Russians and deterring a Russian aggression. Remember, always remember, NATO was set up to deter Russian aggression. So when you have increased spending with NATO, increased budgets with NATO, the best equipment they've ever had in NATO, and it's going the right direction, it is set up for one thing, to deter Russian aggression. Now, Ukraine, the impeachment, Ukraine actually has military equipment now, since Trump took office, that they badly needed to secure areas in Ukraine to prevent further Russian aggression, right? And say, Crimea, you're not going any further. But the media doesn't want to report that. They want to impeach him. This guy is a peaceful foreign president. Okay, now, he wants peace with China, but he wants a good trade agreement. And he's been tough. He wants peace with Japan, South Korea, all right? He wants peace with our friends and our neighbors and our relatives over at the UK. Brexit will be a thing of the past in January. And he wants peace in Russia for the American people. He wants peace in North Korea. And he wants peace in Iran. And he knows how to get it. Now, the media will not report that Iran is against the wall. Their back's against the wall. And Trump can make the Iranian regime collapse without firing a shot. Same thing in North Korea. Kim Jong-un. Let's go to, number 31. While they're trying to report North Korea may resume nuclear weapons testing, North Korea is just trying to call Trump's hand. They don't know what to do. Trump said, I like you. Trump said, I'm not afraid to make the next move. Trump said, I'm going to humble myself as strong as I am, and I'll step over on your soil and shake your hand. First president ever to step on North Korean soil. Ever. Okay? He said, hey, I'll meet with you in Hanoi. I will have dinner with you. I will shake hands with you. I will tell the world I love you. I will tell the world I have told you you could be one of the biggest economic, if you look at South Korea, you could be an economic powerhouse in North Korea. I have told you I wouldn't do regime change. They wanted that. I love you, man. I'm going to do right by you. But sanctions will not come off until you do what you have to do. And again, in the past, our foreign policy with North Korea was to make a deal, then break the deal, and us be back at square one, if not worse. You got to remember, before I get past this, that you got to remember that there was no North Korean threat. Now you're going to say, well, there always has been. Yes, okay. The war's not officially over there in the South China Sea with the Korean Peninsula. What you got to remember, though, is there was not the nuclear crisis back years ago. It's people like Clinton that let them develop a nuclear program. It's people like George W. Bush that let them develop a nuclear program. It's people like Barack Hussein Obama that let them develop a nuclear program. Now, Trump is only trying to prevent the disaster that other administrations created. And instead of the media, saying, hey, he's walking on eggshells trying to prevent a national disaster and denuclearize this peninsula where the others have failed, they're trying to start a war. They're trying to get a war started. Because, see, if Trump sends your kids to North Korea, and if he sends your kids to Iran, and it's election year, I mean, that's what they're hoping. They're hoping you will go against, you can't go against Trump because record-setting stock market, record-setting unemployment, record-setting job growth, record-setting, eliminated so many regulations over and over and over. Mueller report didn't land. Russian collusion did not land. Impeachment did not land. Isn't it a sad state of affairs in this country that the deep state, hashtag deep state, corporate corrupt media feel now with the Democrats? I guess our last move is war? Really? Now, we all know, let's just play it to have some fun here. What's the other video? Al Green, do you have that one? Run this one, okay?
You just mentioned political expediency and insincerity, which those are two charges that have been leveled against Democrats during this entire affair, particularly since September when the formal impeachment inquiry started. And you play a starring role in those charges. I mean, the argument goes like this of House Republicans and Trump and his allies, the president and his allies, is basically the Democrats wanted to impeach Donald Trump from day one. They cast about looking for a set of facts that they could plausibly use to do it, and all of it was pretextual and reverse engineered to get to this point. Exhibit 1, Congressman Al Green, who's been calling for the man's impeachment for 2 years now. What's your response to that charge?
Well, the genesis of impeachment, to be very candid with you, was when the president was running for office, and he had
We all know, folks, we all know that they have been determined it's a coup attempt to remove a sitting president from the Oval Office. It's a disgrace. Now it's going to come down to they want war this year. Watch and see. As the media says, oh, protesters have backed off. No, Iran's in big trouble. Look, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I tell you my fear, and we've talked about this on the show, my fear, we're going to talk a little bit of local politics, but my fear is the voting computers. I'm serious. We're going to run a report on that just as soon as we come back. Take us a break.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's online. You know, I promised an all-new me 2020, but I don't know how to recover from years of being white. I'm sorry. I should not have done that. But I was watching the CNN. CNN has turned New Year's Eve into pansy night in America. They find every daggone pansy they can find. Do you not know what a pansy is? It's not a damn flower. Or maybe it is those little gay flowers. They find every pansy they can, and CNN now is okay on New Year's Eve and just getting drunk. Just getting drunk. I mean, I know what I'm about to get. I know this is going to be wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. But I tell you what, I enjoyed Dick Clark after his stroke more than these damn fairies and pansies on CNN getting drunk. Dick Clark had class. Okay, he did. And I'm sorry I wasn't, but you remember right at the end, Dick Clark had a stroke, but I tell you what, the old boy was still rocking. You remember that? The old days, you know, we would rock in the new year with Dick Clark and these damn pansies. The more you get drunk, talk about schlongs, drinking, and carrying on. Happy New Year. All right, moving right past that. No, I can't stand CNN. I mean, they've turned it in. I don't stay up for the garbage no more. I'm not watching the crap. I am not, okay? If you tell me that I have to start my new year as gay as possible, that's like every damn network. They compete to see who can have the gayest damn New Year's Eve party. What the hell? Can't straight people party anymore? Why do we have to watch every gay person in America talk about Happy New Year 2020? I didn't watch it. I go to bed. I get up in the morning and say, hey, good morning, 2020. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. That's it. The hell with that staying up. All right, anyhow. So, if you can get past my opening remarks there, I'm concerned, let's stay focused, I'm concerned about the voting computers. Now, I've had on this show, now we're going to go back, and don't get tired of this. You need to pay attention to this, okay? Because November election night, 2016, I guess it was, we were waiting for results to come in from Pennsylvania, all right? Now, I could tell you, do the research. Reuters has done a complete expose on what they call the 4 counties in America that they feel will decide the 2020 election, presidential election. Northampton, Pennsylvania. It is a county that flipped for Trump last time. Pay attention to me, okay? That is one of the 4 that Reuters did. They did a full story on. Now Reuters has done another story, New York Times. There's been a lot of stories written on Northampton, Pennsylvania, where Trump needs to win to get reelected on the voting machines. Now, Georgia, America, so many of us remember after, okay, Stacey Abrams, purging ballots, voter fraud, all this and that. We have been manipulated across this country, okay, all the way back to the hanging Chad in Florida, that we have to have these paper ballots, we have to have this, we have to have that. Now remember, if you will Google how many states in America have changed their complete voting system, yes, for the upcoming election to safeguard it from who? Russia? Let's watch this report. Now, in open disclosure, Lee Snover has been on this show many times. This is my sister. She is the GOP chair of this county. And it's a big enough deal that MSNBC did an expo on it, so stay with it. It's about a 4-minute report, but you're going to want to watch this. Can you play that?
New voting machines in parts of Pennsylvania were supposed to make elections more secure, except a lot went wrong this November in Northampton County in eastern Pennsylvania. In some cases, voters cast their ballots on touchscreens that registered the wrong candidates. In others, it was for the wrong party or no vote at all.
There were so many voters disenfranchised here in one county in Pennsylvania. And I just, I feel that that's extremely unbelievable.
County officials scrambled to hold a recount with the backup paper ballots made by the machines. By the next morning, they announced the official winners, but the damage was done. In the immediate aftermath, 2 unlikely allies came together. Matt Muncy, Northampton's Democratic Party chair, and Lee Snover, the Republican chair.
And this isn't a partisan issue, though, right? This is a matter of just fairness in elections, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not at all. I never talked to Lee before a couple weeks ago, but after the election, we were unified in that we have to have complete trust in the voting system.
What was the fallout like? I mean, the machines aren't working. There's concern across the county, but what was the ripple effect? What happened?
After polls closed, I got a text not too long after with a picture of the printout from one of the machines, and it had a 0 for the county judge race, the top for a candidate. And I was like, there's something wrong there.
I went down to the courthouse with a couple other witnesses with me that night, and they had never used these machines either, so it was kind of chaos for the county workers. So they're bringing in these bags and bags of ballots, and they're all over the place. They'd never done this before, and they weren't ready, and I don't think they had a plan in place for this to happen.
To cast your ballot as printed, touch Cast. To quit voting and request a new ballot, touch Quit. Your ballot will not be cast. So that's important, right?
Lamont McClure oversees elections as Northampton's county executive. He led the push to buy 320 machines at a price tag of $2.8 million, and he's leading the defense of the machines going forward. At a public hearing in mid-December, the manufacturer said its employees programmed the machines incorrectly at the warehouse. They attribute it to human error they can easily fix. And they say that ultimately the machines did what they were supposed to do.
On election day, we had a fair, legal, and accurate election. And the reason we did is because the paper ballot backup worked.
Why are you standing by these machines when so many other folks don't have the confidence that you have?
Although we didn't want it to happen, because we had the problems that we had on Election Day, I know in November 2020, I'm confident that we'll know who won Northampton County, and there will be no question.
Questions remain, though. Inaccurate results could have a big impact on a swing state like Pennsylvania in the 2020 presidential election. Northampton, as well as Philadelphia, the state's most populous county, are using these new machines. That's about 20% of Pennsylvania's voters.
I'll probably use an absentee ballot the next time, especially for the next one coming up in April, the primary.
I have doubts. I have grave doubts about the way Northampton County and Pennsylvania is managing counting their votes.
I think they should take them back and go to a full paper ballot where you fill in the dots with your hand by hand.
Election security advocates are also concerned, saying the machines have security flaws and don't follow election codes. They have joined registered voters in a lawsuit against the state to decertify the machines. Pennsylvania only rolled out the machines this year as part of a settlement with former presidential candidate Jill Stein, who sued after her 2016 campaign.
Some people would say the system actually worked. So there's a paper ballot. So even if the voting machine malfunctions, there you go. You have a ballot to count. Is this the system working, or is this a deep, deep failure?
I don't really have confidence in that paper backup from the electronic computer voting, because there was difficulty reading it. There were some people who said, we have sworn affidavits that theirs was blank and it cast it. So I'm not confident in the paper backup.
This clearly is not the way things are supposed to work. And it's undermined trust in the system, and that's a serious problem. It's called a voter verified or voter verifiable paper ballot. It doesn't work if people don't read it or have difficulty doing so, which a lot of people did have trouble doing that.
Okay, folks, I have brought you this story for how long? Now, in disclosure, like I told you, Lee Snover, that's my sister, okay? Now, keep in mind, 2020, okay? I get a little frustrated. You're in California. You're in Florida. You're in Georgia, okay? Why am I running these stories about Pennsylvania? You know it out there. It's going to happen. Now, where did these machines get placed? Philadelphia and Northampton County. 20% of the state's vote. We're going to talk about that as soon as we return. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Ace Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge, like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Day Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Day Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Folks, let me say this and I'll move along because I don't want to just beat on this drum, okay, over and over. It's 2020. They're not voting machines. They're voting computers. Now pay attention to this, okay? Start doing your research now, all right? The reason the guy in Pennsylvania said, oh, I'm fully and completely, all right, okay with these machines. Remember, the maker of the machine says human error, programming. We want paper ballot, but these machines print out a barcode, okay? A scanned barcode that they will scan back in. These paper machines do not print out every individual vote, okay? They don't do it. Remember the old machines that when you went in, okay, and you went in, you pulled the big thing across and it closed the curtain. Remember that? Remember the machines that closed the curtain, and then you pulled an individual lever. Now this is hanging Chad, but you pulled an individual lever, okay? And then you pulled that like a, you pulled it across like a, you know, you were pulling down the wheel there at the casino, but you pulled that across, and then when it came back, the curtain opened and those buttons flipped up and you had voted. Remember that? That's where we got the hanging Chad in Florida. Since then, we've been looking for the perfect way to fix the hanging Chad in Florida, or to make sure somebody like Al Gore would become president. All right? So I'll tell you this one more time for the 90th time. If you listen to the report, the machines went to where? Philadelphia and Northampton County, right? Do I need to play the report again? Play this for your friends. Philadelphia, Northampton County. All right? Second point. Between those two places, the machines went, all right? 20% of Pennsylvania state vote. 20% of the vote cast there. 3, look it up yourself. The company that sold the machines gave $475,000, I think, close to $500,000 in campaign contributions. So everywhere in the United States that you have new machines that you're going to go vote on or computers. We got to quit doing that. New computers you're going to go vote on and cast your ballot. You should look up how much money that company spent lobbying your state representatives. How much money they put into your state or city campaign contributions. In the city of Philadelphia, this company put SES, I think it's SES, their name is, they put, let me see if it's on the bottom here. It's not in the story right on the bottom, but they put almost $500,000, $500,000 in city officials' campaign contribution accounts for these machines. That should be nationally against the law. Your state should make sure at no time can anyone lobby or contribute to a campaign that sells election machines, period. Now, that being said, here's the last point I want to make. Remember when Mitt Romney, the tall white guy, ran against Obama? The city of Philadelphia, he did not accidentally get one vote. Remember that, okay? He didn't get a vote. Not one. Not one person accidentally went in the city of Philadelphia and voted for Mitt Romney, okay? And number two, that same election, Northampton County, the second place the machines were sent to, right? Pick the two places. Northampton County went blue for Barack Hussein Obama. Now, fast forward to 2016. Too many people voted for Trump in Philadelphia. They did. It's not like he got 30% or 40%, but he got votes. And then on top of that, Northampton County flipped from 2 times going with Obama to Trump. Why we have to stop this and immediately stop this. This is how they're doing it. And this is how they plan to do it on election night. Not Russian hacking. Bull crap. That's a diversion, folks, to you. It's our own internal deep state within the states. They're connected. Voting computers. Because we knew last time that Pennsylvania had enough votes in Philadelphia that the center of the state could not overcome the votes in Philly and the votes in Northampton. That's it, folks. Don't forget the 2 places the new machines have been sent to. Even the Democrat on that report, hey, a judge called and he got 0 votes. In the entire county, I mean, hundreds of thousands of votes cast. This one candidate got 0 votes. Something was wrong there. Maybe the machines. Maybe we can get them fixed in time. I'm your host, BKP. We'll come back. And I'm just saying, I ran that report. We're going to stay on top of that. That's what you have to think about. Hey, we're going to come back. We're going to take the last 30 minutes and go over some new laws that are in effect this year. Okay?
Complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, before we wrap up, I want to say this, okay? I've told you this before. Most states, all right, most states do not, most people do not become aware of things happening in their state. I have it here somewhere, Destiny. Until it takes effect. Number 16. Okay. Now, tonight, it has started. Now, last year, a lot of people talked about running for office. Last year, a lot of people, a lot of noise out there. I told you when 2020 got here, we would get involved. So, next week, today's Thursday, next week, there will be a 2020 legislative session, pre-legislative session press conference with the Speaker of the House, David Ralston. I will go, all right? I think this is year 6 that I've gone. So I will go down there, and CBS and NBC and Channel 11 and you know who, they all hate to see me there. They can't stand it. I show up with a little camera, get as much coverage as they do, and even get a couple questions in that they despise. But that being said, I will go down there to that press conference. Speaker Ralston holds a press conference. He is the Speaker of the House for the entire state of Georgia, there in Atlanta, and he holds a press conference every year, and we'll go down there and check it out. But you at home have an opportunity to speak with Speaker Ralston tonight, okay? They're having a meeting. It's the Mountain Patriots Group meeting this Thursday, January 2nd, tonight at 6 p.m. The speaker is David Ralston. All right, he's the Speaker of the Georgia House of Representatives. Gun rights and legislative updates for 2020. So do your research, okay? The Senior Center in Blue Ridge, right there's the address. Do your research, come and ask the guy a question. I want to push on a daily basis. You and I get more involved locally. You take back your Board of Education, take back your commissioners, your city councils. you can take back this country, okay? All right, and we have to, on the local level, get involved. So there's one thing, because it's not until, okay, it's not until the beginning of the year that we start to see the new laws. And it's not until you go to try to buy a permit or something like that that you see the new laws. Now, this one gets me. Number 15, okay? All right, and this is not a... hold on, I have it here somewhere. Hold on, I got it here. Hold on, there it is, there it is. Where is it at? All right, Reagan. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so this one right here, let me see this one. This one is the middle schoolers booster seat. Now, I'm all about safety, okay? Now, I'm going to use the first name David, okay? When we were kids, 10 years old, we'll go with 10 years old, I think that's when it happened. We rode the bicycles. We rode the bicycles with no elbow pads. We rode the bicycles with no knee pads. We rode the bicycles with no helmets. All right? We set up jumps to jump over garbage cans. We rode down the road and tried to jump over little ditches. We did everything on the bicycles. We went home and skinned up and tore up. We are the reason, my generation is the reason why Sears cut a Clorox bottle in half and melted it inside a pair of pants and named it Tough Skins, to where you couldn't bend your knee because there was this big plastic half of a bottle melted in there. But I'm going to tell you, we are the reason, my generation is the reason Tough Skins were invented. They were. I mean, you could wear a pair of Sears Tough Skins, you know, you can hand them down like to, you know, you got cousins that's wearing those. All right? So we wouldn't skin up our knees. All that being said, and I'm not, we love security here, I mean safety here, we do. You can ride a roller coaster, but you can't ride in the car with your mom. Washington State, all right, and this is going everywhere, but this is the law this morning. Washington State has decided that while your kid can come to school without being vaccinated, it is too unsafe for them to travel without a booster seat, even if they've started middle school. The new law requires children under 4'9" to use a booster seat until they turn 13. You can ride the roller coaster because you got the little arm out there, or you this tall, but you can, I know you got out of a booster chair in your car to come in the park today, but you can ride the roller coaster, you can play on the bumper cars, we could take a chance throwing you out of a roller coaster. Anyhow, but you know, safety is safety, but my God, 4'9" tall. I mean, I know adults that wouldn't have driver's license. Just, you think I'm crazy, but you think you're not going to be tall enough to have a driver's license soon? I don't know. I don't know. You got to sit on a phone book, right? 4'9", you got to get strapped in. We rode in the back window of the car. The kid that got the back window of the car. Remember, mom slammed on the brakes, you rolled down, all right? Back window of the car. Or the floorboard of the car, all right? Anyhow, so that's one of the new laws. Let's see the other one. Let's leave that up because that plastic bag bans. Now, where do you stand on plastic bags? All right, let's not get all worked up, all right? Oregon and the state of Oregon and Albuquerque, New Mexico will ban plastic bags at grocery stores. Do you gather up your bags at the house and take them back to the store? Do you know how unsanitary that is, taking your germs to a grocery store? We walk in grocery stores that people bring, we have no idea. That I see people, and you know, I'm going to get knocked for this, but I see people bringing 5 or 6 grocery bags They do the grocery shopping. They put the groceries, fresh meat, everything in that bag. Then they bring that bag back to the store. How often do they wash them? Is there a rule at the store? You can't bring your own bag unless you're washing them once a week in a 99.9% germ-killing Clorox or something? Huh? No regulations on that. Just bring the damn bag in. We don't know if you found it on the ground out there. We don't know how long your grocery bags have been riding around in the trunk. We don't know where you store them at home. But if you will bring those bags in, we will save the planet by not having plastic bags. The problem with reusable bags is that people don't clean them often enough, meaning germs from home are still being brought into the grocery store. No plastic bags. And here is the one I want to show this. I think I have, I think I took some pics of this morning. This is, okay, let's go with number 26. If you're over 21, okay, all right, we're going to ban. Now, wait a minute. I don't know. It's not that I'm trying to determine some things. Hold on here. Let's just stay. Remember that one. What number is that? 21? Or no, that's 26. Okay? 26. See if I can find the other one. Hang tight. Don't go nowhere yet. I'm going to talk about this. 26. I thought this was the one I wanted. All right, let's go to 22 real quick. Oregon bans single-use plastic bags. You get tickets for texting in Florida. Okay. Here you go. Number 20. Trump administration to ban most flavored e-cigarette pods. Now, why? Why? E-cigarettes. Okay, now let's flip over. We've lost our damn minds, folks. Let's flip over to number 26. Marijuana legal in Illinois. All right. New Year starts end. New York State end of money bail system. There's no bail. You don't need money to get bail in New York State anymore. Okay. New year, new laws. Marijuana. Look at they're lined up. And this is 23. At the counter of the pot store. See, she's running the register. We got a picture. Everybody looks like they're back there stoned. And this is, what is her name? She is Secretary of State of Illinois. She is a state official, if I remember right, in Illinois, that's in line to buy her pot. So, vaping, that's been out for several years, okay? Not advocating anything. So, cigarettes went to vaping. Vaping, that's been out for several years, has all these flavors that the kids are enjoying, but they may end, the law may change that there's no vaping flavors, just tobacco and menthol, just like a cigarette with nicotine. No more flavors. But yet, we are selling marijuana for tax reasons. Okay? So let me tell you something. Look at that picture. New year, new law. Marijuana legal in Illinois. You know what? Do you know why the big black guy in New York, okay, was killed, choked to death by New York City police officers? Because New York City officials that want that tax money, I think a pack of cigarettes alone is over $10. Isn't $9 or something for just one pack in New York City? They're so expensive, it's the biggest black market there is. Well, what happens? The city loses money on taxes when tractor trailers accidentally get robbed in New York City for cigarettes, and then a black guy standing on a corner selling what's called a Lucy. What is the bottom line? Selling a cigarette with no taxes against the law is worth getting killed? The reason that that guy died in New York City is because the officials in New York City said what? We're losing tax revenue. Keep in mind, marijuana legal in Illinois is for no other reason but tax revenue. Tax revenue. Now watch what happens in these states when people bypass the tax revenue this is supposed to create. Illinois is in a situation, California, the homeless are living on the street, and SH asterisk right in the street, they are. 47% of the unsheltered homeless in the United States are living in a state where you can get marijuana legally, but they're living on the street in squalor and SHI asterisk. It's bottom line, it's serious, 47%. These states want tax revenue. California has had so many of the good, solid taxpayers move out of the state. California is going to lose several. Now, I don't know the number. They're going to lose several, okay, House seats in California. They're going to move over to Texas, Arizona. They left California, the population, the real taxpayers. Now, look up, this state just started, okay? Let me do it just to be doing it. I mean, we're almost done, and I think I can do it. I read the article yesterday. I don't know which one will pop up. Okay, I'll... Wait a minute. Stay with me. Just read the article the other day. Since the turn of the decade, Illinois has lost more residents than any other state, okay? Now they're in line, and this state official's in line, and they're getting their Hawaiian red laced, or they're getting their Bohemian this, or they're getting their this, or, you know, I don't know what all flavors they can get at the pot shop, okay? Back in the day, we just flat out potheads, all right? This is not the argument on making marijuana legal. Now, all of a sudden, cancer is not a problem. You know, these are the same damn messed up people in the head that want universal health care. And they want universal health care because we have because we have an obese, fat-assed America that eats potato chips on the couch. Well, guess what? A lot of those obese, fat-assed Americans that eat potato chips on the couch, they like to smoke weed. Weed gives you the munchies, all right? What the hell's wrong with you damn people? It's the whole circle. You got a Democrat yelling universal health care. You got some elected officials saying no more flavors in vaping. You got cigarettes, 21, because they cause cancer. The taxes are enormous. The only reason this is becoming legal is the next thing is, look at how long before the vaping. We know the medical problems that are caused with inhaling marijuana. Anytime you inhale something into your lungs, period, okay? So we know there's a medical problem with this. And here we are legalizing it for no other reason but cash revenue in a state. In a state that is losing cash sales revenue because the people are leaving. Then what happens next? We have a settlement with the marijuana growers union for medical reasons, like 10 years from now. What is the next story 10 years from now? The taxes are going to go through the roof on weed so they can pay the medical issues. I mean, it's unreal what the hell's wrong in this country. Since the turn of the decade, Illinois has lost more residents than any other state, with a drop of about 159,700 people, or 1.2 of the population. Only 3 other states have shrunk since 2010, Connecticut, Vermont, and West Virginia, with West Virginia losing the largest share of residents of 3.3 decline. All right? This is right here, this article. Now that might be an old one. I don't know. Let's see what this article's dated. Okay. This article, I can't, where's the date on this article? The 2010s were the lost decade of land of Lincoln, which shed more people than any other state in the nation. This one says, as of December 30th, Illinois showed from 2010 to 2019, 168,700 have left. Right there. They got to have their little pot smoking, then. Damn hippies. Take a break. Don't go away. I want to talk about tomorrow's show before we close because we got 10 minutes. So take a quick break.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What do you do to relax? Smoke marijuana, baby. Oh, man. The sweet leaf. Tax it, baby. Tax it. We don't give a damn. We don't care if it kills you. We don't care if it causes cancer. We don't care. We want the tax money, baby. We are the tax man. All right, folks. We're going to go. But a couple things here. We got 6 minutes left, so let me roll this by you. Tomorrow, we will be at Circuit World. It's 2020, baby. It's time to go. We will have Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley. Dr. Raymond Tidman will be sitting in tomorrow. You need to tune in. Really, really enjoyable when Dr. Tidman tunes in. And as of February, our Dr. Whaley will be 81 years old, and he is getting a hip replacement, okay, as we speak. And maybe I'm not supposed to do that. Maybe I violated HIPAA talking about his hip. Oh, you can't make that up. That's good comedy right there. Anyhow, Dr. Whaley, we wish you well. And then we will have the All-Star Political Panel. And we'll talk about just like that, the media is creating crises that don't exist. They started out 2020. Hell, if we can't get it. If impeachment doesn't throw his ass out, if that didn't hurt him in the polls, let's see if we can get some kids killed. I'm serious. Let's see if we can kill some Americans and turn America against him because he's a warmonger. Oh, my God, these people are unreal, all right? Don't forget, Ronald Reagan won the Cold War without firing a shot. Trump's doing the same thing, and they can't stand it. So let's go with this, the All-Star Political Panel, and then it will be time for North Georgia Senior Living with Jesse Barton, the Community Relations Director at Cameron Hall. Then it will be time for the Humane Society of Blue Ridge Pet of the Week, Circuit World tomorrow morning. Yeah, I did. It's sad. There's a judge, I don't have her name, former Florida Circuit judge drowned in her vacation home up here in Blue Ridge. The coroner said former Florida Circuit judge accidentally drowned in a hot tub at her vacation home in Fannin County, said Becky Callahan, the coroner. Face down in the tub. She had it looks like a slip and fall, but what is the judge's name? Tracy Sheehan. So our thoughts and prayers go out to her. She was visiting for the holiday here in Fannin County and had a bad, tragic accident. Bernie Sanders is leading in fundraising. What's going on? We only have so many weeks before Des Moines, Iowa. Iowa, not Des Moines. Let me see what's going on here. See if I got the last minute. See if Trump, 59 minutes ago, he tweeted out. So let's see what he did an hour ago. The President of the United States has been busy. Don't know this guy. New York Post, the Trump campaign raised $10 million in 2 days following the impeachment scam. It seems the Democrats have shot themselves in the foot. In one way, they set up a process they know is going to lead to a presidential removal, and the second part of it, and it's alienating independence. This president is being persecuted over 3 years with one investigation after another. So what do you think will be the investigation of that will take place in 2020 on the President of the United States? Folks, I'm going to go. I'm your host, BKP. We are ready for 2020. Are you ready for 2020? Hey, come by and say hello tonight at the Fannin County Senior Center. Speaker, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston will be there addressing the Mountain Patriot Group and also taking your questions about the 2020 legislative session. I'll be back 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a nice afternoon. Let's get out of here, Destiny. It's over, baby.